Introducing new Moth Be Gone. Welcome back to WETT The Splash, the home of all your naughty little secrets.
We're live from the scene of the accident, and the death toll has climbed to a staggering rate.
Welcome back. We did it. We're here again. We have fought off all of the people that tried to get us canceled. All 1,400 people that wrote in the letters to the show telling me to stop. We are not listening, and all 1,400 of you are getting a sticker. All right, that's what you get. Yeah, I've got all your addresses. We doxed every single one of you motherfuckers. Go on the Thickness and the Shine Discord and go into the doxed rejects tab. And if you can't see the tab, you're in the fucking tab. Black Tie CBD, use code THICK1, 10% off. That's the fucking ad, dude. I don't think they give a shit anymore. I don't even know that they know. I know people are using the code because I know people are like, that like will show me. They'll be like, yeah, I bought some Black Tie. But I've never heard from them, so I don't know if they know that people are using the code.
You should just reach out to them like, you owe me back pay.
Yeah, or at least be like, or at least, acknowledge I exist.
Yeah, like shout me out on your social media or something.
They've sent like CBD packages to like rappers and stuff, and like the rappers will like shout them out and stuff like that. Like, you can't send anybody our way. You can't give us like a story mention, or at least tag us on some shit every now and then. Like,
yeah, you should fucking do that. Just fucking just send them call them. Like, hey, fuckers,
like, what is this?
Go look at your metrics and look at all your discount codes and see how many times we've been used. Send me some free shit.
You've had that code come in your box at least 5 times in the last 4 years. Yeah. Well, that familiar voice, people, of course, is Cody from the Redneck Review, and now, of course, Cody from the City Bumkins podcast.
Yay!
Yeah,
happy to be here, man. Yeah, we actually just got done recording the first episode of the City Bumkins podcast, and boy, howdy, it was a good one, man. I mean, fun. We went way over on time. We almost did 2 hours. It's only supposed to be an hour long. It was that good.
Yeah, the future shows will be an hour long, but yeah, we really got into that one. We it's a segment based podcast. We got a lot of games. We've got challenges. We've got listener submitted shit. We've got a hotline. It's a very produced show, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to come out probably mid-July, so there's going to be a trailer, and we'll make sure that you guys know exactly when that's going to come around. And of course, we'll blast the fuck out of it. We'll get people listening, because that show's going to be great. It's fun. That first episode was hilarious.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, okay, so the way this works now is the first thing we do is we get into the Discord and we see what we have for us today. So we'll start with the live shout outs, and we've got 2 for this episode. First one is we got this guy Hammer Wrath, and he put, "Are we the controller or the controlled?" And Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I mean, I said
getting fucking heavy.
Yeah, like I said I would, whatever you read, within reason, I'll say it. So I think it depends on what it is, right? So definitely I'm the controlled, as far as like big government says, like, what I'm saying? I can't like fly or go take somebody's mansion if I wanted to by force. Like, there's rules involved.
Yeah.
Damn, but I mean, I'm controlling a lot of my own shit. I'm doing this podcast. I'm not worried about what people think about what I say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I kind of read that as, like, do we have free agency or no? Like, you may think you're in charge of your own life, but you're actually just being controlled.
Yeah, right? We're just kind
what I mean?
We're just kind of like in the best situation of people getting controlled.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you think you have free agency and you like are free to do whatever you want, but you're not really. Yeah. There's laws that restrict you from doing stuff. There's societal norms that keep you from doing stuff.
Inner guilt, like all sorts of shit.
Yeah. And I mean, I control my dog, but my dog also kind of controls me.
Yeah, that's true. And then I got another live shout out here. So I mean, I guess for Hammer, it's both. We're definitely the controller and we're being controlled. Also, you're a pervert.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm part of the Discord, and god damn.
That guy's aggressive. All right, so,
Yeah.
Our other live shout out, Sexy Jesus, who was a recent guest on the show, very loved guest. Jesus. Hope everyone is enjoying their weekend. The missus and I are about to hit up a 3-man gangbang I've set up for her. I wonder, is he the third man, or he might just be filming on this one? Fuck yeah, dude. Get in there, Sexy Jesus. And if you're not getting in there, at least get some good shots.
You're a fucking savage.
He is a
Shout
savage, bro.
out to Sexy Jesus.
Yeah, shout out Sexy
awesome.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they.
I've listened to him on the show, and I've heard about gangbangs. There's no way in fuck I would never like that or consider taking my wife to get fucked by another dude. I know that he kind of views her as his porn star, so he like gets off to her getting fucked.
Yeah.
But still, everything inside of me would just immediately pull out a gun and just start hosing people down.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. I feel like I couldn't do that with a girl that I had any respect for. But
yeah.
But
he clearly respects his wife.
That's the thing, is they're on like a whole different level when it comes to like security and love for each other. Because like where we could never do that, like those two, like there's like no doubt in each other, even though they're doing all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I told him on the show, like I wouldn't want some dude piping down my wife with like a bigger dick who's better at it. Like, cause then
now and it's better looking.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like if I come too early, now she's gonna be fucking thinking about this guy who just throws the right dick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and she might be jacking. Like, we might be fucking later, but she's imagining that it's the other dude fucking her.
Yeah,
you know?
and then she finally comes, and now I have to feel bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What if it ends up being the opposite, where like he's like the mega alpha of the pack every time? You know,
Where Sexy Jesus is?
Yeah.
Man, he's just throwing dick and letting the boys know where it's at.
Like, like they're coming for the gangbang, but all of a sudden, like it's like a wolf pack. Like they're all leading him immediately. Like, taking turns and shit.
I think
I don't know. It's weird.
I'd like to think he's like a porn director producer when they come in. He's just like, "What's up, boys?" And like, there's like one of these plastic long tables with like a charcuterie board on it and some like Gatorade, and like he's telling people the scene and the angles, and he's working
just
all
writing
the
porn
equipment.
scripts.
Yeah. He's got like one guy who's helping out with like the lights and shit. And he's holding up a boom pole.
Do they use condoms?
I
Did the guys that
so.
fuck her use condoms?
I believe so. Yeah, I don't think. I think they're all very pro safety when it comes to safe sex. Like, he sent me. So I follow the Power Exchange now, which is probably this is where they got the guys for this, and they definitely promote safe sex quite a bit. So I think they're wearing condoms. Also, speaking of fucking, like, I've noticed something in the world, and that's when you get a lot of people on the internet, and there's no sense of personal accountability, right? Because you're not looking someone in the eyes. They don't necessarily know where you're from. You know, you could be in a different country. You could be the guy's neighbor.
Yeah.
But there's a disconnect. So people aren't afraid to do whatever they want. So it always goes two ways. It either goes incredibly racist or it gets incredibly gay. And today I am happy to announce, Thickness in the Shine, in the Discord, we are officially gay.
Yes, we fucking are. Jesus.
I added so the Discord, people, I know we've been talking about the last few episodes about how the Discord is just like this thing we're trying to grow. It finally popped off. Thomas, can we scroll over to the list on the right there so we can read off the new people? Let's see. So I know, scroll up a little bit more too, because there's some people online. We got to shout out everybody who joined the Discord this week. Madtown925, Sony, Bari Bar. Keep scrolling, sir. Hugo Coy 33. No, he's not new. Just Caleb. Kai288. I don't know who the fuck that is. Luminator. Don't know who the fuck that is. LXIV. Fucking SOG. SOG, I guess. And Unsafe Sparky. Unfortunately, my girlfriend still. and Twisty. Twisty with 3 Ys and a 4. Thank you for all the new people in the Discord. I think we had like 8 new people join in this week. And I added some fucking, I added some bots.
Yeah.
And the bots are fantastic. So we've got 2 bots, one of which is very nice and wholesome. We have a Pokemon bot. So if you join the Discord, you have the chance of selecting your very own Charmander or any other starter Pokemon and as people are communicating, the bot spawns Pokemon. And if you know the name of the Pokemon and you're first, you yourself can catch that Pokemon in front of everybody else. There's battles, trading, shinies. It's actually a really complicated bot. This other bot, though, we had this guy, he started tagging me on the Discord. He's like, Thickness, we need boobs, bro. We need boobs. Where are the boobs at? I'm like, all right, fine, dude, we'll get the boobs. So I get this bot, it's the boob bot, where you can fuck each other. So
and it's just straight up porn.
Yeah, it just spawns Pornhub gifs. So like you could type in like BB, which is boob bot, and then fuck, and then the person's name, and it sends across as you fucking them, and then it'll show a gif from Pornhub or a short clip of somebody just getting piped.
Yeah, dude, and it's and so like I said, I'm part of the Discord too, and legit, like there was, I think the first or second day that bot was added, I was in there and my phone was just blowing the fuck up. And I'm like, what the hell? So I open it up and it's literally all Pokemon and porn. And I'm like, this is like my early teenage years, 100% just porn and Pokemon.
Yeah. The server immediately adapted to exactly who I am.
Trying to cash in nostalgia here at Thickness in the Shine.
Yep.
Yeah.
You remember when you first learned how to jerk off and catching your very first
catching Pokemon and catching AIDS.
Yeah. So yeah, people are fucking in the Discord left and right. There's fucking memes going across the place. People are catching Pokemon. It's a good time, people. We did it. I want to thank all the listeners. You know, we said we wanted to grow the Discord. We shot up. We're at like 25. It's not a big number, but it's going to keep growing. More people are talking. It's starting to get more active. So people keep jumping in. And we have some more things from that as well before we proceed with the show. We have a user-suggested story. And so Kelly sent me this one. Cop delivers pizza because he was arrested the delivery man. Now, that's fucking awesome. First of all, good on the cop.
He's a real one.
Good on the cop for delivering the pizza. I've had a similar story, not happen to me, but a coworker, where they went to deliver a pizza to the guy, and he was actively being arrested.
Like the guy that he was delivering the pizza to?
Yeah, the guy who ordered the pizza was being arrested when the chick pulled up to deliver him the pizza. The cops were like handcuffing him. Right, so she walks
give him the pizza.
No, so she walks up to the house, and like the guy's like, "Yeah, that's for me," and he's sitting there with the handcuffs on, right? And the cop was like, "This motherfucker really ordered pizza?" And she's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Hold on," and he reached into the guy's pocket. The cop reached into the guy's pocket, grabbed his wallet, paid for the order, and tipped the driver, and then ate the pizza.
The officer did?
The officer did, yeah.
That's kind of fucked.
That's the fucking awesome. That's the most G shit I've ever heard in my life.
That's baller shit right there.
Yeah, dude. That guy was the fucking man. Hold on.
I am the coming Messiah.
There it is, bro. That's the fucking that's the man we need to follow. The man who morally was like, no, this driver needs to be paid. They need to be tipped. And I'm hungry.
And I need to eat.
Yeah, this piece of shit doesn't just get pizza. A fucking asshole. Yeah. He knew I was outside of his house. He knew he had warrants. But so yeah, thank you, Kelly. That was a good one. Brought up like a nice quick short story. And then we got one voice clip. And this one's from The Shine. So let's hope that my audio's up when I play it, because you all know me.
What's up, man? Long-time listener, second-time caller. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. And hot air balloon was exciting and terrifying at the same time. I didn't realize it was terrifying because I didn't have a chance to process it until I was like a quarter of a mile up, and he said, we're a quarter of a mile up, and hopefully nobody's afraid of heights. And I was like, fuck, I might be afraid of heights. But anyway, the goop.
Real quick for the listeners. So for the last episode, if you weren't listening, Mike, for his birthday, decided to take a hot air balloon ride with his girlfriend. So me and Thomas were breaking down how just incredibly fucking terrifying that sounds altogether.
Yeah.
So let's continue on.
This thing, you guys are out of your damn mind. Like, it's not an actual balloon, dog. Like, it's a balloon, but it's not made of Mylar, you know, or like fucking whatever they sell at Safeway. Like, it's thick, you know. It's like the parachutes it's basically a parachute. It's the same shit that a parachute's made out of, except for probably thicker and way bigger. Dude, I'll put it to you this way. The basket flew through a tree, and it went through. You didn't even fucking feel the tree. It was like driving a big rig.
Well, that must have been the capacity for the voice message, because I wonder if he kept talking into that.
There?
It stops there. I think he didn't listen back. I think he was telling that story and he reached the file size limit for a voice clip and he just kept talking and didn't realize it stopped.
And then he realized after he was done, he's like, fuck it. I don't know where I left off.
Yeah,
It sounded like
probably.
It sounded like he was about to say that it flew in front of a big rig, and he's alive today, so maybe he fucking won. But,
well, no, maybe it cut off because he got hit by a big rig.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here comes a big rig, and then
it just gets plowed out. Yeah.
It's like the cassette tape from Stan at the end of that Eminem song where he fucking crashes in the water and they recover it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're just going to pull it back and he's going to be dead and they're going to pull the fucking clip. It's the last thing he's ever said is his hot air balloon ride. And here comes a big rig. Dude,
hell yeah.
That sounds fucking terrifying still, though. Like the fact when he's okay. Yeah, I know that it's not like a balloon, because we did joke around that like it was going to pop like a balloon and like fart all over the place.
Yeah.
Sporadically.
Or like get a bird strike. Yeah.
But then, like, what happens if you get a hole in the tarp that is a fucking hot air balloon? Does it just go down like the Hindenburg, just full of smoke and hella slow? Like, and then fucking going through a tree, dude, I swear to God, I don't care how strong that thing is. As we're approaching the tree, my hands are approaching the neck of the conductor. Like, you better either lift us up or get us the fuck out of the way. There's a tree right there. It's like, no, we could take it. I don't care if we could take it. I'm going to take you. We're not hitting a tree on purpose.
I'm throwing you into that tree.
Yeah, you're going to be part of that fucking tree.
Yeah.
Now, how do you lower this goddamn balloon?
Yeah, exactly. Do they how do you steer a hot air balloon?
Hope. No.
Because I mean, if you think about it, they insert hot air to
you know what,
create lift, and then to lower, they just insert cold air because the pressures and stuff are different.
I think it's almost like, okay, so you're using the fire, right? And then the fire, the heat is rising rapidly, and that's what's kind of using like a wind turbine gun into the inside of the hot air balloon. So I would imagine maybe you just slightly tilt that thing left and right or forward and backwards, and the stream hits a different part of the balloon and pushes it that way.
No, that would make sense, because I was just imagining, it's dumb, but I just assumed it was one of those things where you get in a hot air balloon and then you just go where the wind takes you. Actually, and then you're like, well, I hope we don't fucking blow into somebody's house.
Actually, reading it looks like it is just where the wind takes you. So you just have to know the wind pattern of where you're going and hope that the wind is going to agree. Damn.
So basically you just go up on a day where there's no wind at 0 feet and at like 1,000 feet.
That or
so
like,
you can just go straight up and down.
That or you just be like, I want to go south. So you watch the wind patterns to see when it's going to shift to south. And that's fucking too much. They should steer it, like I said.
Dude, there's got to be a whole ass fucking like news or like tab on somebody's website for just hot air balloon accidents.
Yeah. Also, what a dumb thing in general, hot air balloons. Did that come before planes or after planes? Because like if it was after planes, that just seems like you let your dumb little brother be part of the experiment. Yeah,
dude. Like, because that's such an inefficient way to travel.
Yeah. Oh Jesus! Thomas is looking up hot air balloon accidents. We got one. We got one right here. 20 people died.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Oh my God! Oh, people falling out of them. That's my thing. I'd be more afraid of it falling out of that shit.
Yeah, like the basket coming untethered from the fucking balloon because the guy's been up for 10 days on meth.
Yeah,
and he didn't do his pre-flight check. Yeah,
dude, what's the pre-flight check, too? You just like. Make sure you got some fucking oil in the lantern and that there's no tears in the fucking sheet.
Yeah, so actually I saw a TikTok actually of a dude that had a hot air balloon and it just fit into this little tiny trailer. It's all bundled up. And then he laced it all out and then he checked all like everything to make sure there's no holes in it. And then you just start putting heat into it, and so you'll see if there's a tear or something as it starts to inflate. So you know whether you're good to go. And then he checked the ropes and then got everything like connected and he was good to go. And then looked pretty fucking simple.
And then he took to the fucking skies.
That's, and said, I'm going wherever God takes me.
Yeah, I can't do it, man. It looks cool and all, like Where in New Mexico, there's a hot air balloon festival every year. It's huge.
I've seen that. Yeah.
But I don't think I could fucking do it. I think I'm too afraid of heights as is.
Do you think somebody tried to start like an airline of like hot air balloon travel?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you
just show up to this. Yeah, and then you just show up to an empty field, and like this is going from California to Kansas. How long is it going to take to get there? Well, we're gonna have to stop 3 weeks, a month.
Yeah. How do you
market that?
How do you get into hot air ballooning? How does that become your profession? You're gifted a hot air balloon one day.
You want to fly, but you can't.
How many people that aren't in the hot air balloon business right now are saving up for their first basket? You know?
Yeah. How many people out there are like, it's my dream one day to own my own hot air balloon?
Oh, okay. It started in the 1700s, the late 1700s, but holy shit, that's crazy.
Does it say why it started?
Okay, let's see the history. The scientists launched it for the Aristotle Rebellion. Passengers were a sheep, a duck, and a rooster, and stayed in the air for about 15 minutes. I don't know why he did it. Probably for funny. It's 1783, so there definitely wasn't planes yet, I think. I didn't know there was motherfuckers even trying to do that shit in 1783. That's crazy. Fuck that, dude. 1783, that's full believing in God.
Yeah, hashtag stop white people 1783.
You pray to go to San Francisco, and then you launch the fucking balloon into the sky and hope the wind's taking you there.
So could you imagine trying to do an airline for hot air balloons in the 1700s? It would be like the Oregon Trail of hot air balloons.
Oh my god!
Oh god!
Can you imagine?
It would. I imagine the opening scene from that Wizard of Oz remake they made with James Franco, where it's like in a circus. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you just got some dickhead with like a top hat and a fancy auctioneer voice. And you take to the skies and get across the country in just 182 days.
You might get dysentery.
Yeah. Why take oxen when you can travel like a god?
Exactly. Yeah. And then you just travel with a bunch of hot air balloons, and then you're slowly seeing other balloons just like either pop or like the fucking basket comes undone.
Yeah.
And it's like it's tough out here in the air, you know. You just got to leave them. So what are the Indians?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, what are the Indians that like come and try and like, you know, scalp you and shit?
Is it just a bunch?
Just a bunch of like angry geese. Yeah. like this is my territory, motherfucker.
Can you imagine like a bunch of Indians were about to like jump on like a fucking some dude, and he's in a hot air balloon, and he takes off. So now,
he would be a god from that point on.
Now there's like 3 of them in the basket with him, and they kill him, and they don't know how to get down, so they're all just terrified of this everlasting floating hot air balloon.
And then it just starts shooting arrows at the fucking balloon, and then they plummet to their death. Like that was a good idea.
Yeah. We must take down giant sky monster. And
then they start to understand, and so they have their own fucking hot air balloon. So when they see them, so when they see them,
shit.
So when they see them like fly above, they're like, la, 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 you know, they get their fucking hot air balloon up in the sky, and they're trying to take you down.
But it's also like significantly slower than riding horses. So they're like, It's like, all right, they'll be here in about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude!
See them way off in the distance, and you're like, better get ready.
Bro, ninjas beat damned. Native Americans in hot air balloons with arrows.
Yeah,
fuck
terrifying,
ninjas, dude. That's way fucking scarier.
Dude, that's terrifying. Imagine if that was a thing, because then
completely
warfare would have kind of centered around hot air balloons for a little while. You know what I mean? Like they would have been tactics for hot air balloons, and then they would just have like a wall of hot air balloons. Like if people were trying to travel through there.
Special arrows and bullets that are big enough to that are made to rip the cloth and get caught to it and stuff.
Yeah, or just like incinerate it. You know,
or in hot air balloons. Yeah, there was like the Hindenburg, right? Or no, those were blimps.
Yeah,
those were blimps, dude. That's also hilarious. War by blimp. That's about
the Goodyear blimp getting into it. The Target blimp.
Yeah, it just says "fuck you" across the side. Big letters.
Yeah, well, because you can't ram each other, because then you'd both die.
Yeah,
and then like the captain's. The captain's quarter is like in the middle of the bottom. I mean, it's so small compared to the actual balloon. Yeah. So, like, do you just have a machine gun up there trying to take out the other people?
Yeah, you
Bro.
just aim for the other balloons at that point.
The pilot center on a blimp always just looks like it would serve low quality nachos.
Yeah.
You know, it's
yeah,
just something
like
about
some
the
little
way that
nuts.
they're shaped and how big the balloon is. It always just looks like a concession stand compared to the rest of the thing.
Yeah, imagine how fucking retarded humans were that they thought that fucking blimps were the new travel.
They really did.
Mode of travel.
This
you
was
know,
the
like
new thing, yeah.
yeah, because the Hindenburg came from Germany to the United States, right? And then that's when the accident happened.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
so.
because they had a giant like sky deck of like multiple people on board. Like, yeah, we're just gonna take this across the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
No, fucking dummy, get an airplane.
Well, yeah, or just fucking didn't they just travel by boat? I guess if anything, I don't know that.
Yeah,
'Cause
well, then you get the Titanic.
Was that World War One or World War Two? The Hindenburg. That's World War One, right?
That was post World War One, I think.
So they were just discovering U-boats. They damn near could have had a fucking submarine instead of that stupid thing.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine being on the first submarine too? That's a
Hell no,
goddamn
like
gamble.
testing, testing that.
You're telling me this tin can's watertight? Well, let's explore the fucking depths, bro. I want to see a squid.
Well, and then they wouldn't have known about crusher depth or crushing depth. You know what I mean?
True. So they'd be
So then
raising hella
somebody,
fast.
That's
yeah. So
terrifying.
somebody just had to be on there, and they're like, "Oh, this thing can go forever," and then you just start going deeper and deeper, and then all of a sudden you get crushed. Yeah,
Oh my god.
Or that, or they didn't.
horrific.
They didn't know about surfacing too fast either. So people would
Yeah.
come up and start getting sick, and they probably just like put leeches on them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That-
Like-
yeah. Imagine being the person who found out that you can't go deep.
You can't go from like
deep
a mile
diving.
underwater to the surface immediately.
Well, that or you can't go from being like in a deep diving and then get on an airplane because your blood will actually boil inside your body.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah, because you have to like if you go deep sea diving or deep diving, I think you have to be at surface for like 3 or 4 days before you can get on an airplane. Otherwise, your blood actually boils inside of your body.
yeah.
Imagine being the guy that figured that out.
Oh seriously. And also like if you just come up too fast from DC diving, you end up having to get put in like a compression chamber for a
Yeah,
week.
because the oxygen in your body is so different.
That shit's crazy. Yeah, no, fucking the first explorers with some crazy shit like that is like you had to just kind of fingers crossed know that you were about to die, right? Like
That or you just had no idea, so there was no like sense of impending doom.
what
Like-
did,
well, like,
what
think
were
about,
the Wright
like-
brothers thinking the first time they launched a fucking plane off the ground?
Oh, they're probably scared.
Hella scared.
But I mean, if you think about it, what's worse back then? What was a worse death? Going to work in a mill and getting caught up in one of the machines, or just like trying to fly an airplane? You know,
You're right, 100%.
because there's a lot of violent deaths, and that like well, the same thing as not knowing what plants are poisonous or like what fruits are poisonous. You're
Yeah.
just eating it. You know, you don't even know, and then all of a sudden you're sick, and everyone's like, "Oh, they ate these berries. I don't think we should eat these." And then someone's like, "Well, I got to verify." And they do it, and they
Yeah.
fucking die. You know?
Yeah. And then they start sending out one guy to be the guy who just tests everything new.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And he gets to be the guy, you know. Maybe he'll give you something good, maybe he'll poison you.
Or this guy has an actual like natural immunity to random shit that would kill other people, so
Oh,
he eats it,
yeah.
and everyone's like, "Oh, it's fine," and then they eat it and they fucking die.
Yeah, and then like the first like major allergies to come around too, that must have been confusing as fuck.
Yeah, why does my face just ooze liquid?
Yeah, we were all just eating a sandwich and then Ted stopped breathing and died.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's like, well,
yeah. We're
What
just
happened
eating
to
these
him?
nuts. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
eating
yeah.
these nuts, and then all of a sudden he fucking died.
yeah, now you got some dickhead looking at a peanut butter jelly sandwich confused and like scared. Like, I ain't never
Yeah,
eating one of
well-
them motherfucking things again. You'll kill you. That peanut butter will close your throat.
Yeah, that or like they think someone poisoned them, so someone goes like gets killed for murder because
Oh, yeah.
Jim had a fucking peanut allergy.
Yeah, that's probably a fucking thing for sure. Like how many like murders where people were convicted of murder from like their spouse having a severe allergic reaction before there was any research done.
Yeah,
It's like, no, you poisoned them. People
Yeah,
don't just
humanity's-
die.
yeah. Humanity's fucking crazy, you know.
Yeah, that shit's fucking. Yeah, no, fuck hot air balloons. It's 2021, bro. 1783 is when it got made, and they haven't updated the fucking model yet. So. They ain't put a fucking window on it. It doesn't have a radio. You can't steer it.
Yeah, there's probably no AC. You just stick your head out the window and it just blows your fucking face back.
Yeah. It's just one of those like, it's one of those things. If you die on a hot air balloon, people are like, stupid.
Yeah, like retard.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you get what you deserve.
Yeah, if you
you
die
know?
like on a cruise ship, it's like fucking idiot. Like there you go.
Yeah,
Like,
or like people that die because their pet lion ate them. Like, yeah, dummy, you
Yeah,
couldn't
no
see
shit.
that coming from a mile away.
yeah. Oh my god. Or people who keep monkeys and then get murdered by them.
Yeah,
That's
they get
the
their
thing.
face ripped off or their arms ripped off. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Oh my god.
Have you heard that 911 call from, I think it was the lady in Texas, that her monkey ripped her friend's face off?
Yeah, and then starts attacking her too. By the end of the call, I think.
Yeah.
because you can't have them like past like adolescence or something like that. They start to.
Yeah, I
they
remember you
start to
talking about it
regress.
last week.
Yeah, that shit. Oh my god, dude, fuck every part of that. But you know what? I would rip
Darwin.
I thought about ripping someone's face out this week too, man, because I went and got my lawnmower worked on, which is like such a weird thing to say, especially out here.
Yeah.
So I take my lawnmower to the shop, and they were just like, yeah, it'll take 4 weeks for us to even look at it. I
Jesus
was like,
Christ.
son of a bitch. They're the only lawnmower shop that ever existed out here because it's a lawnmower. In the city, people just buy another one. It's like printers in the 90s. When you ran out of ink, you would just buy a new printer because ink was so expensive.
Yeah.
So lawnmower repair out here is such bullshit that people just buy a mower. But
Well, do you guys even have enough water to grow grass? Or is that LA?
I'd say that's more LA. We have grass in our front yard. In the backyard, we
Okay.
have weeds, a lot of them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But so the guy's like, it's gonna take a month. Whatever. I can mow an entire yard with a weed whacker. I learned how to do that when I was a kid. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of work. And so finally, they it's been a month. They say I can come get that bitch. I go in there right when they open, 8 a.m. And the first thing I noticed, they have the little repair room, and it's full of lawnmowers because they put them all in there at night.
Yeah.
And I peek my head around, and there's like 5 or 6 nude women pictures on the wall.
Hell yeah,
And I
brother.
was like, where are we? Like, that's crazy. This
This is California. This guy's sexist as fuck. He's
I
going to
could
get
see
canceled.
this from the lobby. How is this okay? Even I was so proud of the guy for one, because it's like, that's dope. Like, hell
Did you
yeah,
see
man.
Snatch?
It was a lot of titties.
But you couldn't see any
No, there
cougars
was
or
no
beavers.
cougars. No
Yeah.
puss, but it was just all
No puss,
titty
puss.
pics. It was like calendar titties.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we had like 5 or 6 calendars with tits like on the wall. But like I was just like, that's a lot. But then so they wheel out the fucking mower to me, and I got like a little Corolla, like a tiny little car.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to put a lawnmower in it.
No, wait, is it push mower?
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't you just fix it yourself?
Oh, because I got okay. All right. There was a lot of reasons. The primer button itself, that
Yeah.
was getting stuck for like 10 minutes at a time. So you could only press it once and it would just collapse.
Yeah.
The fuel system was clogged. And then we just had them do full maintenance, sharpen the blades, spark plug, oil change, carburetor.
There you go. Okay.
I live with old people. They were just like, I was going to go take it down there to just fix the primer, like buy the button and ask for
Yeah.
some advice. And they're just like, no, they do full services. Go over there and get everything done. So I was like, whatever. Why not? So I get there. Yeah, they wheel it out. I get down low and I pick up the fucking mower, and the exhaust, which is 10 million degrees, fucking presses up against my forearm and melts a fucking crater into it.
Wait, this is when you're picking up from the
repair shop? Yeah.
Did they run it before?
I guess. That's the thing, bro.
For like an hour? Because it takes a while for that bitch to heat up.
That's
you
what
know?
I'm saying, dude. I got
And if
there.
you went in there right as they opened?
I did run in yeah, exactly. They opened at 8. I got there right at 8. The fucking room was still full of mowers. So they obviously hadn't pulled any of the mowers out. And then, yeah, I guess they fucking, I don't know. Because, like, as soon as I picked that shit up, that thing touched my arm and just melted my forearm.
Yeah, I saw you posted it in the Discord.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to see that, join the Discord.
Join the Discord, you motherfuckers. It's growing, all right? We got about 30 motherfuckers in there now. Next week, I want to have about 40 motherfuckers in there. Realistically, we might have like 33 motherfuckers. Grow. Grow, damn it.
More.
Get
Grow,
in there.
goddammit.
Even if
Like
you
my
don't,
dick.
if you have friends and they're just in Discord, just add them. Eventually, they'll listen to the show because everybody's having such a good time. All right?
Yeah, they'll be like, "Who the fuck's all this porn?" But yeah, no. So I bet you what happened is that dude did the work on it forever ago, and then he just didn't tell you, and then you were like, "Well, I'm gonna come pick it up," and so he got there like 7 and just started it out there. Didn't even pull it out.
Right?
Just started the lawnmower and just like, yeah, it runs, and just let it run for 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, I
you know?
bet. I could see that because That thing was just smoldering hot.
Yeah, that motherfucker should have said something though.
Yeah.
You know, like be careful. I started it this morning, so like shit's hot.
Yeah, and then okay, so this story gets worse, right? Because that's only the beginning. So I burnt the shit out of myself. So the first thing I think is, okay, go to Rite Aid pharmacy, get a couple things for burns, because I used to work at a hookah bar. I've burnt myself 1,000 times, so I've kind of got an idea of what to do now.
Yeah.
So I go and I buy one of those giant transparent tattoo Band-Aids. Have you seen these things?
Yes.
It's just basically a giant piece of Scotch tape with fucking Gorilla Glue on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I put it directly over the burn. No gauze, no pad, no buffer. So the next day, my roommate, she's just like, you need to make sure you take that thing off so that wound
It can breathe.
breathe. So I was like, yeah, you're right. I'll do that. And I start to peel it off. And this stuff is so stuck to my skin. We're pulling off skin that's fresh.
Ugh,
We're talking about every hair on my arm is coming off. I'm getting like instantly red bumps from every piece of follicle that's being ripped. We're talking about like strands of skin coming up with the Band-Aid on the part of my arm that isn't fucked up already.
Fuck, man.
So now I get to the wound. I know, this is my inside of my forearm too, right by the elbow crease. So now I get to the wound and I'm like, oh man, like I should have put something over this. This is probably going to take this blister with it.
Yeah.
And I just barely pull up and I can see that it's taking the blister. So I'm like, fuck, I'm fucked. I'm ripping this whole blister off right now. Like there's no way around this. So I think like thinking fast like a dickhead. I think if I take isopropyl alcohol and I pour it on the bandage, it'll break down the glue on the bandage. It doesn't do that. In fact, the bandage turns into a sponge.
Yep.
Yeah, the bandage soaks up the alcohol, and then somehow a non-existent fist comes and pushes it down against the wound as hard as possible. Because it felt like I was absorbing iso through the Band-Aid. Like it hurt. So at this point, it's stuck to me. It's burning extra. I've got like no other option. I take a dish rag and I roll it up as tight as I can. I put it in my mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I hold my arm out over the sink. I rip the whole bandage off, drop it, grab the iso, poured it all over the burn.
Oh no!
And like screamed into the towel, basically.
I was gonna say, do you just hate yourself?
As Bubbles is Bubbles is on the other side of the wall, just terrified, smoking the bong, listening to me like scream into a dish towel.
I'm sensing some masochism in here.
Oh God, dude, it hurts so bad.
Like, is my roommate getting murdered in the kitchen?
Pretty much was, dude. Like
crazy.
But I knew I had to I knew one because I ripped that blister off. That hurt like a bitch. But I knew I had to clean it because it's deep.
Yeah,
it's fucking deep. So there was no not cleaning it, and I didn't have hydrogen peroxide. So I was like,
fuck.
Oh, I've already burned myself once. Like,
yeah.
So that made me want to kill everybody that's ever worked there for the last few generations.
You should have gone back.
I want to break into HR, find out everybody who's worked there in the last 10 years, and all of them are dead. That was terrible. I was ready to go full McDonald's, bro. Like, you heard about this guy at McDonald's?
No.
He was a door dasher. He goes in at like 10 a.m. This is super recent. He goes in at like 10 a.m. and he ordered a Happy Meal, and they refused it.
Yeah, because it's the lunch menu item.
Yeah. But it's one of those like that scene from Big Daddy when you're getting there like right on the clock, and it's like, really, you can't do it for me. Like you're only not doing it because of policy. Like it's not that you don't have the shit. So.
Like like if I waited 2 more minutes, you could give it to me. So just fucking give it to me.
And the other thing is he's a door dasher, so I don't necessarily know that it was for him. Because it doesn't say in the story that he was currently picking up a DoorDash. They just mentioned that he's a dasher.
Well, they probably just did that just to like paint a picture of these are the unstable people that work for DoorDash.
That's what I'm thinking. So I don't know that he was getting the Happy Meal for him or he was getting it for a customer. But because the
person would have to like order the Happy Meal for him to pick it up, and they wouldn't have let him order the Happy Meal if they weren't serving it.
Yeah. So I think it could have been like this, right? Like let's say he's a dasher, and then somebody the app is fucked up or something, and because I think McDonald's pairs with Grubhub, as far as like, or Uber Eats, something like that. So if one of these other third-party dashing websites gets a hold of their menu, it might not be 100% correct. I've had that happen and shit. So maybe somebody orders a Happy Meal, they didn't even know. It goes through the app, it gets to the dasher, and the dasher's like, fuck, like, they don't serve Happy Meals, but if this guy gives me a bad rating, it's going to fuck my shit up. I'm going to get less work. So I have to at least try. So now he walks in there and he's like, can I get a Happy Meal? And they're like, no. And his response, as a human being, you know, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Is to threaten to murder everybody in the establishment.
Hell yeah. Don't fuck with me this morning, okay?
Yeah, he threatened to, quote unquote, execute everyone in there. And then he's like, I'm going to come back. I'm going to kill all you motherfuckers. And then he leaves. And then he drives around for a little while, randomly pointing his gun at people. The cops get a couple.
Not even the McDonald's people.
Yeah, like the cops get a couple random calls of this guy. He's just driving around for no reason, pointing guns at someone. You know, like,
imagine like you're out for a Sunday drive. You just got done with church or something, and you're like singing like some kumbaya shit. And some random guy just pulls up next to you. He's got his window down. You got yours down. He goes, "I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker!"
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's one of those.
You're like, why? It's such a good day.
Yeah, it's like one of those four-way intersections, and you both kind of happen to pull up and stop at the same time. So you got one of those like, no, you first. And then he pulls out the gun.
Just, instead of seeing just the hand, like you see the hand and you guys waving on, like, no, you come on. And then the hand disappears and then just come back and there's a gun pointed at you.
I said, you first, motherfucker. What are you, fucking stupid? You saw me waving? I don't need this shit from you. I'm having a bad day. I ain't serving Happy Meals right now.
And I'm not very fucking happy because of it.
They said have it my way. It's not my way. It's not being had. Now everything's going to go my way, motherfucker. You go first or I'm fucking killing your entire family. So now he's pissed. He's driving around brandishing a gun at people and decides, you know what? I'm going back to McDonald's. So he goes back for some fucking reason, I guess to yell at people more with a gun this time.
Well, maybe he was like, you know what, I need to follow through on my promise because I'm a man of my word.
It's 10:35
so I need to come
now.
Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get my Happy Meal.
It's like, you know what? I got to get this Happy Meal. I did say I was going to kill everybody in that place. Like,
yeah, I got to follow through. I'm going to get the Happy Meal first, and then I'm going to kill everyone.
I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I have my morals, but, you know, I'm also a man of my word. So I guess everybody in McDonald's has to die.
Everyone needs to die for me to keep my word because my word is the most important thing I have.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking savage. But at the same time, after what just happened at the lawnmower shop, I kind of get it.
Yeah,
they could have told me that motherfucker was 10 million degrees. Like,
but they didn't. Then you wouldn't be in your kitchen committing a fucking hate crime on yourself.
Pretty much, yeah. Seriously, if like a scientist would have saw that, they would have like put me in the mental hospital and deemed me unsafe or unfit to take care of myself. Yeah, that's like a 5150 charge right there. But dude, like everybody I told that story to in the beginning, like I called my girlfriend. She's like, "Well, did you go in there and tell them?" I'm like, "Why would I go in there and tell them?" Like, what do I get out of going in there and
what are they gonna do? Oh, we'll pay for your medical bills.
Yeah, no,
you know
what I'm saying? Like everybody I tell, like, well, you should go in there and tell them, or you should complain. It's like, I'm not gonna. First of all, I'm not the type to just do that. Like, if I'm not dead or if my shit's not completely ruined, like, it's fine. I could walk through most things. Mm-hmm. But also, even if I did, I don't know what people think they're gonna get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all you do is you get to be mad at somebody who's not going to care, so that's going to make you more mad.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you get boxed into this part where you got to execute everyone there or just leave. You know?
Yeah. So I chose to leave this time because I didn't have my gun. Oh my god, dude! And but I did get to do some murdering this week. I did. I got to. So I'm sitting at the Gurgin Spoigles. You know what I'm saying? I'm spoigling it up. We're lining up gurgles and knocking them over. And my coworker comes up to me with her phone out and she's like, "Hey, there's like a really big spider in the bathroom." And I was like, "How big?" So she shows me the picture she took of it on her phone. I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's kind of a big spider," like thinking it's like the size of like a quarter or something.
Yeah.
No, motherfucker, this spider came from your goddamn state. I don't know how it got here. This thing was damn near a tarantula.
Oh, fuck that, dude. I'd burn down the whole goddamn place.
Dude, that spider was so big that I was considering not stepping on it because I figured, like, what if it fucking fights back? You know, what if I step on it?
Yeah, it stops it. Yeah, it stops you.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, like, you know how
like 4 of its little spider legs to hold my foot up. It still has 4 loose ones to just show how much stronger it is than me.
Yeah, dude, like, you know how Australia was on fire at the beginning of 2020, you know, before COVID? That's because I saw that they have actual like tarantula crossings, and there's tarantula season.
Yeah,
where there's just like tens of thousands of tarantulas crossing the road at one time. I just decided I'm gonna burn down Australia.
I would too.
You know?
Also, what is there?
So I fucking did it.
Hell yeah! Okay, right on. I like it. Oh, from you know what? From the movies, Australia always just looked like flatlands and cactuses and shit. So I didn't even know that much could burn.
Yeah, but no shit. There's a lot of gold there.
Oh yeah, I fucking hate spiders, dude. I hate tarantulas for sure.
100. Dude, yes. Like the thought, like if I see an unexpected picture of a tarantula or something like that on my phone, freak out. Like I toss my phone.
Yeah. Or what about like in person? Like, have you ever had like one of those friends that like has a pet tarantula?
A fucking and they're mentally unstable and they need to die.
Yeah, and they just have to like take it out of their cage and play with it because they know it's freaking you out and they want to like put it on your shoulder and stuff.
Oh no, I leave. I tell them, like, I had somebody who's like, dude, look at my pet tarantula. They knew I fucking hate spiders,
dude.
And I'm like, no, fuck that thing. Like, no, I'm just gonna pull it out. I'm like, if you try and pull that out right now, I'm gonna put you through that wall. And I was serious, and they could tell I was serious, and then they didn't do it.
Yeah,
I'm like, don't play with me right now. Like, whenever you include a spider, I'm going primal, bro.
My dad, one of his like lessons to teaching me how to be a man, that definitely backfired. You know, like when your dad was just like, no, this is good for him, this will do right, and then it just kind of hurts your feelings or scares you.
Yeah, and that makes a lasting harmful impact on your life.
Yeah, exactly. So one summer in New Mexico, we might have been watching a movie or something, but I was just like, no, I fucking hate tarantulas. Those are gross. So for the rest of the summer, whenever we were driving around the desert, if he saw a tarantula, he would pull over and pick it up and bring it into the car with us.
Fuck that.
Yeah, he's like, see, don't be afraid of that. And like my dad was just like a wild man, bro. Like he used to, you know, he would in high school and elementary school or something like that and shit, he would catch rattlesnakes and like bring them to school in like a 5-gallon bucket.
What the fuck?
He's savage, dude.
Did he grow up in the South? Jesus Christ.
He kind of grew up all over the place. Like as far as I know, he went to elementary school here where I grew up, but he also, when he was like 9 or something, moved to Saudi Arabia.
The fuck?
Yeah, because my grandpa was a soldier.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then he lived in Saudi Arabia until I think his late teens. And then from there on, I'm pretty sure he was just hitchhiking across America, getting kicked out of private schools until he gave up. So he was just like a real like man's man, born in the 60s kind of guy. That's just like, you know, don't be a pussy.
Yeah,
you know what
100%.
And then I'm just fat and soft, and sensitive, you know. So you know, he's trying to teach me how to catch a baseball by standing out in the yard and self-pitching them at me, and I'm just fucking terrified trying to dodge the incoming baseballs.
Yeah, you're like 7. Yeah, he's like, all right, get down, you're gonna catch this. Yeah, you know, no mask, no like shin guards, nothing.
No, not even a glove.
Or he gives you a catcher's mitt and he's just like a 40-year-old man with man strength and just hurling balls at you as fast as he possibly can.
They're like hitting you. You're trying not to cry. He's laughing at you.
He's just like hitting you in the balls and the chest and like, you're fine. And like he turns around and he's like laughing his fucking ass off.
Don't you cry, you pussy. Don't you fucking cry.
There's no crying in baseball.
Yeah, sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you just scare a fat kid. I don't like fucking tarantulas, dude. But I go into the bathroom though, and this fucking thing is just goddamn it big, like so big that I was like mad at it. I was like, how did you?
Fucking damn it!
How did this even happen?
Mad at your you're mad at your coworker for even like involving you in the situation.
No, it's like
now you have to handle it.
Yeah, you're like looking at the spider, like, how'd you even get in here? Somebody had to open the door and leave it open for you to get in.
Yeah.
All right.
And what makes you think that you're fucking welcome here?
Yeah.
You know, like you're not paying rent, bitch.
It's just like it was such a big spider that it probably couldn't crawl through the crease of a door.
Jesus Christ.
Like, it looked like the thing was like the size of my fucking wallet. It was huge. And I was just like, how does this even happen? So what I did was I took a whole ball of oven cleaner and it had like a nozzle on it. So I start spraying down the spider with the oven cleaner. He's resistant. He's fast. He starts moving towards me. I'm like,
shit.
Oh my God. I start spraying way, way faster, and it's coming at me.
Dude, all I can imagine is just hearing you just fucking squirting as fast as you can as you start yelling like
I was gonna say it's that squirting sound plus panic. Like oh shit.
You went into the bathroom and closed the door like, don't worry guys, I got this. Yeah. So all your coworkers are standing outside and they hear you screaming in the bottle. Yeah. And then they just hear just boom, 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 like you're just like you're running around breaking shit.
Yeah, dude.
And then you open the door and the spider's like on your face and you just run around and go shove your face in the fucking fryer.
So I'm soaking the bad boy down. He's coming at me. Eventually I build enough of a puddle of oven cleaner that it's kind of like it slips. I'm like, okay, we're good. I start growing the puddle because now that it's lost traction, I can focus on that one area. I start spraying the oven cleaner. It starts swimming deeper into the puddle.
What the fuck?
It's fucking with me now. It's showing me how strong it is. It's like, oh, you think you're gonna drown me? I'll go in the deeper waters. You know what I'm saying? This shit.
Dude, oven cleaner like will burn your skin too, and like when you spray it on something hot and inhale it, it burns your lungs.
Yeah. So now I know, seriously. Like I wear gloves whenever I use it because I just feel like my hands are gonna be 1,000 years older. But no, so like now the thing is swimming in oven cleaner, virtually unfazed, and I'm terrified. So,
like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. So I end up taking the top off the bottle, pouring the entire big ass ball of oven cleaner on the spider at once, and then grabbing this little shelf above me and stomping so hard I felt like I could break tile underneath, dude. I sent that thing straight to fucking hell. I was pretty much yelling as I was stomping.
Yeah, you just like went back to like your childhood years, trauma coming out.
It's like I envisioned a pedophile on it, and I banished that fucking thing, dude. I put that thing out like a demon.
Dude, so speaking of spider stories, so I was in the military, like I said, and I was deployed. And then I came home, and then I went back to the Middle East on a contracting gig, like private contracting. Okay. And over in Kuwait, they have camel spiders. Oof. And these are spiders. Huge. Yes, they're out in the desert, and they'll bury themselves in the sand to get out of the sun's like rays and stuff.
Yeah.
And if they they like staying in the shade. So if you like disturb them and they're in the sun, they're gonna try and get into some shade. Which means that if you just like are just walking through the desert and you disturb them in their like sand, they're instantly going to run for your shadow. They're not running at you; they're just trying to get in your shadow.
Yeah, that's fucking.
But terrifying. To you, they're
coming at you, bro. It's
yes,
yeah.
So I hate spiders, right? Hell and yes. These fuckers are big and they're fast. Like they can run like up to like 30 miles an hour, something like that. Yeah. Like I mean, they're just Superman fucking spiders. So I'm out in this yard, going to get some parts and stuff like that. And then I'm walking, and then like I don't know, maybe 6 inches away from my foot, the entire like probably like a 6-inch radius of sand just moves, and then all of a sudden there's just this giant fucking spider, and it tries to get in my shadow, which is on the sun was to my left and he was to my right, so he has to get around trying to. Well, no, he has to. No, he like the shade's on his side. But I'm in the process of walking, so he's running towards my shadow, like chasing after me.
Okay.
And I see this dude, and when I tell you I took off fucking sprinting like I was Usain Bolt, I fucking mean it.
Oh god,
like I was running I was running that fucking 100-yard dash, 100-meter dash, and this thing was keeping pace, bro. And so I'm just running, and then there was some pallets and stuff, so I just like fucking threw myself up on there, and then it like stopped at the bottom, and I thought it was gonna like crawl up after me. And you know, like when you run into like when you're walking through trees and you like walk into a spider web and you just like become an alien. Like So I basically did that, but running and screaming, and like my coworkers were like out doing something else, and they heard yelling and looked over, and I'm literally running like a fucking retard, screaming as fast as I can, and they don't know what's going on, and they see me just like beach myself onto these fucking pallets like a whale.
Little did they know, right next to you is a giant spider galloping.
Yeah,
not even breaking a sweat.
It's going. It's just chasing me.
Yeah, it's just chilling.
Dude. And I'm up there, and then eventually the spider like walks off, and some of my coworkers come driving up, and the gator, and they're like laughing their ass off, like, "What the fuck were you doing?" I'm like, "Dude, I got chased by a camel spider."
Yeah, dude,
fuck that.
I feel like I would have pulled out the gun. Is that wrong? My first instinct is
try and shoot it.
Yeah, fuck this thing. I'll melt this goddamn spider.
Yeah,
dude, fuck that. Or like in Australia, they have those giant huntsman spiders that eat fucking birds and shit. Have you ever seen one of those things?
Oh my god, no! Do not show me a picture either.
You don't need to see a picture then, buddy, because they are fucking huge.
Yeah, man. Thomas, I swear to God, if you do like a share screen thing, I'm gonna close my laptop.
I was about to say he wasn't even moving until you brought it up. Now he's all interested.
You're enticing me now.
But dude, yeah, no, I can't do that, man. But I'd be so terrified. I'd be trying to blow that thing straight to hell. Like I did that one at the store though. So like fucking moral of the
good thing you don't have an AT4, you know?
Yeah.
That's a shoulder fire rocket.
Oh, well, fuck, dude. There would have been a crater where that fucking spider came out of.
It's basically the American version of the RPG.
Oh, that's
except
cool.
it's a fire and forget. So it's only a one use only.
Have you gotten to fire something like that?
Oh yeah.
Have you gotten to blow some shit up? I want to blow shit up.
Yeah. Dude, no, shooting heavy weaponry and explosives is awesome. So in basic training, you do what's called a FAM fire, a familiarization fire.
So you get to fire everything.
Yeah, you get to fire everything.
Yeah.
So
it's the welcome to the boys club meeting.
Yeah, exactly. You throw grenades, you shoot grenade launchers, you shoot shoulder fire rockets. Well, on the rockets and like the grenade launchers, they're all like dummy rounds, like because you have 200 plus people in the company and everyone has to go through and fire them.
Jesus.
So they're usually just like chalk rounds or something. But then one private from each company, male and female, gets to fire an actual live round.
Oh,
and I got to fire both the live round of the AT4 and then the 209, which is the grenade launcher, like on the bottom of your gun.
Nice.
And they had some tanks out there, like just old tanks, or whatever. So I got to shoot the AT4 and then the 209 both at the tank, and they were both direct hits. And those rockets are not as bad as you think. Like you push the button
or something.
No, like as far as like the recoil and stuff, because you push the button and then it's got less kick than a 12 gauge.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And it just goes, flies out and just boom. It's fucking loud.
Dude.
And then I got to shoot the high explosive because there's different types of rounds for your 209.
Yeah,
I got to shoot a high explosive one, and it hit that. I mean, like shrapnel, dude. Like absolute shrapnel, fucking everything up.
When how old were you when you got to shoot your first gun?
Like just a gun in general.
A gun in general. The first time a firearm was put in your hands and somebody told you where to point it.
Probably like 8 or 9.
8 or 9. Then did they give you like ear protection and tell you about the recoil, or did they just let you see what happens?
No, see what happens.
Okay, cool. Good. Yeah,
keep it pointed. Keep it pointed down range. Don't point it at anybody, and just put it to your shoulder. Brace yourself and fire.
I remember for me, it was the 380, so it was a handgun that I told you about in the Bumpkins episode.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad like just being like, "All right, this is what you got to do. Like hold it this way, squeeze it, don't pull it, all the just basic gun safety shit, right?"
Yeah.
What he doesn't say is how loud it is. No, he doesn't say is how hard it kicks.
It's gonna break your fucking wrist at 9.
It's like because a burst of 380, it's like a handgun. It's like a little, it's like a little pistol. You don't think nothing of it, but the bullets are huge. Like it's a hand cannon, is what it is.
Yeah, it's like a fucking like shooting a Desert Eagle as a 9-year-old.
So, I just remember like standing out there in New Mexico, both hands on it, feeling so cool, like I was in the movies, and firing it, and then immediately both ears start ringing super hard. the recoil so hard, like you think you're almost gonna blow your own head off. Like it's terrifying.
The recoil and the gun hits you in the fucking forehead. And God damn it!
And I just remember my dad just laughing. He's like, yeah, there you go. There you still got a whole clip.
My first experience was with a shotgun. It was a 12 gauge, and like I said, I was the 8 or 9. And I mean, a 12 gauge packs a punch now, like in my adult shoulder. You know,
you're a big guy.
You know so I'm just out there like holding it, like you seen those videos on Facebook and YouTube of girls just like leaning back, not leaning into it or whatever.
Yeah,
and they're just kind of just holding it up there. Oh, I did that.
Oh,
and it fucking like I
pulled your shoulder
swear
right
to God,
out of the
yeah, dude, I could have swore I dislocated my shoulder.
Yeah,
no hearing protection, nothing, just straight up. Like my shoulder hurts like a motherfucker. I dropped the gun, and my dad and mom are laughing their fucking asses off.
Of course,
try not to cry.
Dude, even as an adult with like proper form, that recoils quite a bit.
Yeah, like when I go out and shoot skeet, granted, I shoot it like 50, 60 times, but I get bruises. My shoulder is worthless for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, like I remember the first time I got to shoot a shotgun, I was like probably like 16 already. Like I was the size I am right now.
Yeah,
and I just remember like the guy, like it was my buddy's dad who was like a chief in the Coast Guard.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I told you about him the last time you were on. He let us shoot all the old guns and stuff. And I remember him like helping me out, making sure my shoulders were right and everything. And he was just like, "Look, man, that thing's gonna kick." And I was like, "I'm real strong." And then I pulled that goddamn trigger, dude. And I swear I had the biggest bruise on my shoulder for like a week.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't only imagine a child holding it incorrectly, holding it.
Yeah, not bracing for it at all, not knowing what it's going to do. Have you ever shot a 10 gauge?
I've shot, I don't know if okay, as far as shotguns, I know I've shot a 12 gauge, and I know I've shot in some old weird antique shotgun that my dad pulled off, but that was a double
might
barrel.
have been like
It was old. It had like both triggers. It was old.
Yeah.
But as far as
did you fire both at once?
No, I did one and then the other each time.
Okay, I was gonna say, because if you pulled both at once, fuck your life. Say goodbye to your shoulder.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I did this one at a time, and each one was like crazy. So I can only imagine both.
Well, it's funny because I've done that before, and it sucks. But you'll see movies where they get a double sawn-off shotgun and they pull both at once, and they're just holding it down at their side.
Yeah, or they got
like,
their one arm extended out like the Terminator.
Yeah, and they do, and they pull it, and they're just fine. I'm like, no, you do that in real life, that gun's gone, and so
that's
is your
what I was
fucking
thinking.
trigger.
Yeah,
so is your trigger finger, because he's gonna get caught in the trigger guard and just fucking rip it off.
If you held out a double barrel straight armed, elbow locked,
elbow locked, it's coming back and hitting you in the face, and keep going.
Yeah, and your elbow,
and your arm's broken.
Yeah, yeah, you have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger to do that. I don't think people understand.
Yeah, and then he gets hit so hard, now he has a lisp. For sure.
No. All right, so I got some current events and stuff to talk about. This one's really interesting. All right, so there was this guy he's a lobster diver outside of Massachusetts.
Okay.
So instead of being a reasonable person and throwing a cage in the water with some bait and pulling up lobsters and crabs, he decides he needs to venture to the deep to get them himself with his bare hands.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So he's 45. That's going to sound like it was an audio problem, but no, that was me being retarded.
Mid sentence.
Yeah. He was 45 feet below the water, and he thinks a shark is coming at him, right? He just sees this huge blur coming at him quick. And then all of a sudden he realizes that he's been swallowed, but he's not being chewed on.
What the fuck?
So he must be in a whale.
What?
Yeah. So he's now inside of a whale.
Oh no,
he says,
dude.
He says everything is pitch black, but he could tell he's moving.
No, dude, fuck that.
Yeah. So he's in there, he's just like, well, I guess I'm gonna die. He's thinking about his kids and stuff like that. And I guess he puts his hands on the inside of the whale's mouth and starts shaking his head like back and forth and stuff like that. and then the whale brought him to the surface and spit him out.
What the fuck? No, dude, that is
so
that
lucky.
is
He went full Pinocchio, bro.
Those are what horror like.
That's what
horror
Bible
movie-
verses are written off of.
Dude, that is worse than having to lay down and have tarantulas crawl over me. Getting swallowed by a fucking whale.
Yeah, dude, they're so big.
Fuck no.
People underestimate the size of whales because like there's nothing on land that we ever compare them to, really.
Yeah, like a beluga whale is like what? It's like over 200 feet long or something like that.
Yeah, there's nothing that's just out here that we can look at. Like, you know, like nobody really thinks about that. Like there's things the size of like a gas station that are just casually swimming around. You know what I'm saying?
See. Yeah, beluga whale. Oh no, actually, hold on. Let me just biggest whale
I think it's probably the blue.
on Earth. Is it the blue whale?
I think
Okay,
it's
blue
the blue.
whale. Yes, 98 feet in length and weighs up to 400,000 pounds, which would be approximately 33 elephants.
98 feet,
Jesus
dude.
fuck.
Yeah.
Think about. I saw one time in New Mexico.
Like yachts. Like if you saw
Yeah.
a yacht that's almost 100 feet, you'd be like, "Holy fuck, that is a big goddamn boat."
That's what I was
But then
gonna
imagine
say.
that's just an animal.
Yeah, in New Mexico, I saw 100-foot. Okay, this is weird. The guy called it a houseboat, but it was a yacht. This guy had a 100-foot houseboat yacht that he was calling a houseboat. But either way, like I remember seeing that thing in person, and the idea that that's just like an animal that's casually,
Just out there.
freely swimming around is so terrifying. So like, yeah, just being swallowed whole, like it'd be nothing to that whale. It would be
Yeah, no.
absolutely nothing. Like
He probably didn't even realize that it was a person.
yeah, until
you
its
know?
head started shaking, it probably didn't even know that it happened. It was just like whatever, food.
Oh, like the guy was shaking the whale's head. I thought you meant
Yeah.
like he was shaking his head.
No, he was inside the whale, like pushing on it and trying to tilt it and shake its head around
And
to,
then it get damn.
so it would kind of understand that it's not a piece of krill, that he's not a piece of krill.
Well, because whales have like these like weird fucking like wispy / hard kind
Super
of
teeth. Yeah, they're weird.
teeth things,
Yeah.
which are super creepy in itself. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So like
dude,
you had to
whale teeth are
pass through that.
terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah,
They remind me
absolutely
of like
terrifying.
those drive-through car wash curtains.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's what I always think of.
Or like in school, those like weird like plaster mache pieces of like soundboard they put on the wall in the gym
Oh,
that you like flake off.
yeah.
Kind of like that. You know what I mean?
Fuck, dude, that's horrifying. And
Yes, absolutely terrifying.
also-
Why would you do this to me? I'm gonna have a nightmare about that.
45 feet below too, like dude, like you're just
Dude,
gone.
even
You're just
even
gone.
yeah, even
Yeah.
being like going because kind of crabs and mostly crabs, but lobsters also kind of freak me out.
Yeah, because
like,
they're
there's,
insects. They're bugs.
Yeah, because
They're water bugs that we eat.
yeah, because like in Massachusetts or the Northeast, they have like farms for them. So like they'll go out and catch lobsters that are too young, and then they'll put them in like these giant like man-made ponds essentially, and that they'll grow them out there.
And they'll breed them and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was this dude on TikTok. This is the way I found out about it. He was out on his family thing, and he's just like swimming around in there,
No.
knowing full well that there's like thousands and thousands of lobsters
Fuck that.
at the in this water. Like, no, like
No.
I can't do that.
I could I could barely do that with fish.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like fish don't really freak me out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Like even knowing that there's something living in the same
Yeah.
water that like I'm guaranteed to come into contact with, fuck that.
I remember one time I was on the Elephant Butte in New Mexico. So it's this giant man-made lake off the Rio Grande, and I discovered while I was swimming a blue jay nest, not blue jay, bluegill, fish,
Yeah.
the fish version of blue jays, the aqua blue jays.
Yeah.
So I found a bluegill nest, and then all of a sudden they all start like coming at me, and they're all attacking me,
Fuck
But-
that. Hell no.
but they're little. So they're just kind of charging at you with their mouths. They can't bite you. So
Kind of
they-
like piranhas.
yeah. So they can't
Almost.
they can't get any of you in their mouth because their mouth is so small.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you're being headbutted by like hundreds of fish over and over again. So like that was creepy, but like a lobster can like snip your fucking cock, and that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, that sounds horrific.
'Cause now I
I'd be
can't
more worried
swim.
about my face more than my dick. But now that you mentioned my dick, that would be horrific.
What if one gets your toe?
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
I'm eating that one. I'm bringing it with me to the surface.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would work at Red Lobster for the rest of my life if a lobster took my toe. Just so
just like
kills them.
murder their family. Like no. Hey, if anyone's gonna kill a lobster around here, it's me. Okay?
Yeah. Like, oh,
you're a server, and like you just go back to the kitchen. Like like someone orders a lobster tail from you.
Yeah.
And they're like, I want that one in the tank at the front. You're like, you just go pull it out. Then you come back into the kitchen. You start just beating the fuck out of it. You don't put a knife through it. You just beat it on the table.
Hell yeah.
You have a flashback.
So fun,
and so all of a sudden you find yourself in a bathroom holding onto a shelf, stomping a lobster into non-existence.
Right. You get like one of those big, like thick rubber gloves so you can hold the lobster underwater in the boiling water when you put it in there. You get to like drown it yourself.
Yeah, you get to feel the life escape its body.
You get to push it down against the bottom of the pan and feel it searing through its stupid fucking crust.
And you hope that it's fucking sentient so it knows what's happening.
It's like, I hope you guys think and are self-aware, you piece of shit. Like, this is for all your ancestors.
Oh
no, that's fucking.
This is for my big toe, you bitch.
Yeah, dude, I can't imagine trying to swim around in a whole thing full of lobsters. Let alone like, I don't know that I would want to go out that deep into water where I can get 45 feet below. Like,
no, I'm kind of like, I didn't realize this until I was young, playing like Tom Clancy game that's like submarines on a Windows 98 PC, and so it's just shitty graphics, and then the game lagged all the time. Well, so I was in a submarine, and then you're just in the deep ocean and stuff, and it's first person, so you're looking on, like, you are the submarine. And so I'm just in this dark ocean, and the game's skipping, so there's nothing there, and then all of a sudden there's like a submarine right in front of me. It's like nothing, and then a submarine. And I got so afraid that I had to have somebody else like exit out of the game for me. And so I think I'm kind of afraid of like deep water. Like, I'm fine with like pools and stuff, but I don't think I'd ever go like swimming in the ocean, because just imagine putting your face down and just being able to see forever until it gets dark and you don't know what the fuck's down there.
Yeah, my problem is my biggest fear, I think it would be not getting to the surface in time.
Oh yeah, then drowning.
Yeah, because like the Elephant Butte, like I was saying, it's man-made, but it's got 40 miles of shore. Because in New Mexico, they dammed off part of the Rio Grande, so it makes this huge, crazy deep lake that has like sturgeon in it the size of boats.
Jesus Christ,
it's fucking huge. And like, I used to do this thing where I would go out maybe 20 or 30 yards offshore, and I would start diving to the bottom to see how far I can get. So if I'd touch to the bottom, I'd shoot myself back up, go a couple feet further, and I'd keep doing it to the point where like now you're hitting swells where like the temperature of the water is changing once or twice on your dives. It's going from like hot, cold, hot again. And I remember one point I dove so far that I barely touched the bottom with my fingertips, and then I couldn't flip myself over to bounce back off of the ground to shoot myself up. So I had to fucking
like
power struggle, panic fucking flipper my way up to the top. Like I just remember, like before I even got to the surface, I let out whatever was left of my air.
Screaming?
Like, not screaming, just being like, your lungs feel like they're going to explode.
Oh, yeah.
So you just end up opening your mouth and ejecting the bad air, but then you don't have any to breathe in. So
so then you're just like instantly in panic mode again.
Yeah, and like ever since that, like I'm just like, no, I don't think I would want to go in the fucking ocean. Like,
fuck that shit.
Like I get like ever since that, like I used to like diving boards and like the pool. And even then, like now, if it's like a 15-foot pool and there's like a high dive, I will get anxious when I hit the bottom of the pool. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like touch the bottom of the pool?
Yeah. Like unless I hit the bottom of the pool hard enough to where I could spring myself back up, instantly
you start
anxious.
panicking a little bit.
Yeah, instantly. To drown myself being a fucking idiot. Like,
phobias are fucking weird, man. They really are.
Like when you were saying like you had to have somebody exit the game. Like I remember when we were kids, I climbed my buddy's treehouse for the first time.
Yeah,
and it was like a old school treehouse. We're talking about somebody nailed 2x4s to the fucking tree, and that was the ladder.
Yeah,
and I was all fat and scared, so I got to the top and I couldn't get down.
Yeah.
And like I wanted to climb down, and I couldn't. I was scared. I cried. And my buddy's dad had to come and climb up and pull me down and fucking help climb me down. Fat little bastard. I was only like 5 or 6 or something, and like ever since then I've been terrified of heights. It's,
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those things. Like if you're a kid and something just gets you the wrong way, it could just be instilled in you forever.
Yeah, no, I think part of that too is from your mom,
Yeah.
because my mom was afraid of heights and yeah, and deathly afraid of storms.
Oh,
so I inherited both of those, and then I got over my fear of storms when I was like 12. My dad took me to a storm spotting class, and then after that, and since then I've been just fine.
Oh, because you know
still
when
like,
you're going to be actually fucking with something bad or not.
Yeah, and but heights still, like I am still deathly very afraid of them. Like I will do roller coasters and stuff like that, but I have severe anxiety until I do it the first time, and then after that I'm fine. But it resets every time.
Me
You know
too.
what I mean? Like you do something that you're afraid of, and then you're like, oh, it's not bad, and then you just enjoy it and just keep doing it. But then you get like away from it long enough that now it resets
reset.
your fear. Yeah.
I'm the same way. I fucking hate roller coasters 100%. But then once I get on the roller coaster, it's like, oh yeah, let's do that again. That was great. Nobody's gonna die.
Yeah,
But then
exactly.
Next time we come to the park, I'm like, fuck you.
My first time being on my first time being on like a roller coaster, which wasn't even a roller coaster, was the Tower of Terror in Disneyland.
Yeah.
And dude, that was fucking horrific.
Oh no.
Because you're just constantly dropping and shit like that. But we had some buddies. It was a band trip, and they did it so much and they loved it so much that the last time they went on it, they just didn't wear their seatbelts.
Whoa.
They went on it without seatbelts, and they had to stop the ride like prematurely, and they got kicked off because like the workers were like monitoring the fucking video camera.
Yeah.
And these guys are just like touching the ceiling and shit, like they're getting thrown all around and just loving it.
That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking dangerous, dude. But like,
Yes, it is. Like, yeah, because the fucking floor is going to come up at you violently after you're on the ceiling, and there's
Yeah.
chairs in there, you know?
yeah. And if somebody throws up, it's gonna be going up and down against gravity and shit like that.
Yeah.
And spilling all over the place.
Ugh.
There was this show. I think it's NBC, and it's called what's it called? Ultimate Slip and Slide. So it's a new
Interesting.
show. I don't think it's premiered yet, but it's like a new like Wipeout type show.
Yeah.
Where they go on big water slides and slip and slides or whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they just had to shut down production because upwards of 40 members of the crew got giardia and started getting explosive diarrhea on the water slides.
The fuck's Giardia?
I don't know, but it gives you explosive diarrhea on water slides. And that's fucking hilarious.
That's gross. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, your job is to be in a pair of swim trunks taking a water slide, and then now everybody's shitting their
Shitting
pants
themselves?
violently.
Yeah, and the water's just getting
It's
recirculated.
getting recirculated. So now it's got that tinge of brown, even though nobody's riding it anymore.
Yeah, it's like, who gives a shit if there's chlorine in the water? There's still shit in the water, you know?
No,
I can deal with piss, but shit, no, fuck that, I'm out.
It becomes the chocolate river from fucking Willy Wonka, dude. Like the fat kid drowns in.
Well, imagine having
Augustus?
to drain one of those rides. Like how many tens of thousands of gallons of water that is.
I've seen that.
You know what I mean?
I've seen that a
Really?
few times. Yeah, I've when I was in elementary school, we used to in daycare during the summer. Every
Yeah.
Wednesday, we would go to the local pool because it was like the elementary school had a park at the bottom, and that park had a community pool.
Oh, okay.
So all we had to do was walk from campus down this hill into the park. Like it was totally cool. It was really short, very short.
Yeah.
And so every Wednesday we'd go to this pool. And I remember one time somebody just took a fucking logger in the kiddie pool. just a Philly cheesesteak and fiber dump. Like the whole thing. It was massive. It could have been, you could have sliced it open and put a fucking bratwurst in down the middle. And it would've-
Jesus
it would have
Christ.
kept shape and durability through the whole meal. That fucking thing was huge. And they had to drain the whole pool.
Jesus
It's a
Christ.
community pool. Like it's fucking huge. And they had to fucking, they had to take all the water out for this one fucking floater.
God
And
damn.
it's like, God, it's like,
I'm surprised it floated.
right? Well, I don't know that it floated. It was at the bottom. It didn't float, but like,
Oh.
it was just the fucking biggest shit ever.
Imagine shitting that into your fucking swimming trunks, though. Like, how does it escape the netting?
Oh man, I guess it doesn't. You just go quietly retrieve it somewhere when nobody's looking.
Yeah, you
pulling
just kind
an
of pull
apple.
down your pants.
You're pulling an apple out of your shorts. Just it's all dense and shit, and you fucking
Yeah,
throw it over.
or
the
you
fence.
just go over to a corner where no one's at, and you just kind of pull your ass out and just shit. and hope that it's not diarrhea so that the brown water doesn't float up.
I had friends like that growing up that weren't afraid to just shit in public if they had to.
Just pull down their pants wherever they're at.
Yeah, I never they might
Jesus.
they might go try to hide behind a tree, but like no remorse on whether or not they're shitting in a park or something like.
Oh, geez. Well, I mean, I was shit camping and stuff like that, and I was on a job site once working construction, and the house was locked, and I had to shit, and somebody had toilet paper, so I just went and leaned against a tree. But in scouts all the time, I would fucking go find a tree, and you use leaves, and sometimes there's like dried leaves, so I got some poo on my finger.
Yeah, I'd be afraid to use the leaves. I'd just be afraid of what's on them. Like, you don't put a bug in your ass. You don't see a caterpillar.
Yeah, and then you just hatch a butterfly out of your ass.
Yeah, like you wipe and then something's crawling.
Oh, fuck that.
Through the shit, like you just fucking dropped it in the mud like a Spartan race. It's like that spider crawling through the oven cleaner. It's just like this fucking poor caterpillar drenched in shit.
Yeah, but it doesn't know any different.
On a camping trip.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the path to being a butterfly, I guess.
All a day in the life.
Oh no, man! Speaking of wrong places at wrong time, now we got the final current event I had. I had all of those without saying that we ever hit current events. We're doing the current events, people. We did it. That's that last 40 minutes was all the segments I wrote in my notes. But no, so this last one in Santa Rosa, this guy he said he wanted to take a picture of old farm equipment motors.
Yeah.
So what he did was, instead of grabbing his camera, he grabbed a lot of crystal meth. And he decided to ingest it as fast as he can and then climb into a windmill in a vineyard in Santa Rosa, California. So he got stuck in there for 2 days.
But do you think the whole time that he was in there, he was just high on meth? Because if you got a shitload of meth with you,
you'll survive 2 days.
You don't really need to like go anywhere.
You don't need a lot of meth either to last that long.
Yeah. So he could just been in there the whole time, just tripping out. Maybe he thinks he's in space and he's on like a spaceship, That'd be
dope.
So this dude's going to Mars.
Yeah.
Just sitting in a windmill.
Call me fucking Freelon Musk. I don't fucking know. Elon Meth.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the name of the episode. Elon Meth.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy's fucking taking a space rocket straight to fucking a good trip. God damn. But yeah, so the cops found him 2 days later just stuck in a windmill. Because it was like the size of him. Like it was like
the windmill was?
Yeah, like as far as the width.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Like he didn't have any room to like turn around or shimmy or sit down.
Oh my God, how does this dude not get claustrophobic?
Yeah, he was stuck with like his hands like almost up. Like he was like maybe he finally like in day 2 or something he got his hands up over his head or something, but
yeah.
He was fucked. He was literally like just shoved into a can, like ready, just waiting for 2 days.
That's fucking nuts. Imagine being the police rolling up on that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
His leg was just sticking out of a piece of it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So he had one leg that's just exposed to the outside elements.
Dude must have had a hell of a tan line.
Oh, I know, right? And then fucking...
Because you can't tell me he wasn't naked. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well,
like, he had to be naked, and he was probably jacking off while he was in there, too.
That'd be dope.
Or just trying to rub his dick... Yeah, we're just trying to like rub his dick up against the windmill, but he's high on meth, so everything feels amazing. So he's just shooting loads
shooting
down
loads
at his feet.
Yeah, watching him follow up the windmill and going up and around and around.
Yeah, and it gets really windy outside, like, so it's just throwing loads.
Oh, this whole vineyard runs on my cum.
Yeah, someone's driving by and they get some random cum on their windshield. Like, is this supposed to rain today? And they turn on their windshield wipers and just smears all over the windshield.
It's snowing, just globbed up.
Ugh. Yeah, it's meth head cum, so it's like yellowish.
Oh, it's
super thick,
and then they mix it with the fucking windshield wiper fluid, but it just makes it stronger.
It's like mustard gas.
It just absorbs it and makes a more powerful chemical.
And all of a sudden, you've got a living organism on your windshield. And it just burns a hole through the glass.
Yeah. Holy fuck, dude. So, yeah, shout out to that meth head for getting stuck in a windmill, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, shout out to the meth head.
Yeah, I'm sure you were taking pictures of the motor inside that old windmill. But, so we only got a couple minutes left, and I think we should shout out all the stuff for the City Bumkins stuff so people could start kind of finding it. This will come out on Wednesday.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So everything, people. Let's just give them all of it. So we have a hotline for the show. The hotline is not in front of me in this Google Doc at the moment. I was speaking like it was.
Yeah, so it is 785-251-8558. So you can call that number and it'll go straight to voicemail, and you can leave us any sort of message that you guys want to, whether it's a topic you guys want us to cover, something interesting that happened in your life or funny that happened in your life that you want us to see. Just call that and leave us a message.
Yeah, and start following us on the social media. Start getting in there. CityBumpkinsOfficial@gmail.com. Instagram @CityBumpkinsPodcast, one word. Facebook, City Bumpkins Podcast. We're going to have a TikTok. We're going to have a YouTube. The show's got a lot going on for it. It's very produced. Cody and I are both working very hard on it. We're both putting in a lot of effort. It's gonna be big, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be put in front of a lot of people really fast.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to be you're gonna be able to find us on any sort of podcasting platform you could possibly think of.
Any of them.
Pandora, Amazon, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
Stitcher, Castbox, Podbean,
fucking everywhere. You're gonna be able to find us. So be looking out for that. We're gonna release a trailer. It looks like. Let me pull up the calendar right here. So. We've got a trailer scheduled to release on July 14th. Okay. So you'll be able to find that. It'll probably only be like maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes tops.
Yeah.
And then on July 21st, mark it on your calendars, is going to be our official launch day. That's going to be 2 full episodes of the City Bumpkins podcast in one day. That way you can listen to the first one and then roll right into the second one and wait for next week's episode to come out. So mark it on your calendars, July 21st.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We just did the first one before this, and there was definitely a lot of laughs. It was fun.
Yeah, for sure. And then we're also we have a website with that as well.
Yeah.
Right now the website is citybumpkinspodcast.podcastpage.io. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to buy the domain citybumpkins.com or citybumpkinspodcast.com. It'll just redirect you to that website so that you don't have to fucking remember all the extra shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of BS.
But you can go on there, and then we're going to do a monthly newsletter. I'll be sending you some little fun facts, some tidbits, some interesting YouTube videos, just stuff that you're not going to get on the show, but it'll be a little extra something nice to get in your inbox once a month. So we'll get that set up on the website, and then you can go ahead and sign up for that. And then also through that, you're going to get notifications whenever new merch goes on sale, when we start selling merch, some inside stuff. Maybe we'll do some giveaways through there. So go to the website. Hopefully you guys are going to put in the episode description, maybe.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. So go to that and sign up for the newsletter, and then just be checking your inbox whenever we get closer to launch date. And then we'll let you know whenever we release the trailer through there, and then on launch day. And then every time that we release an episode, you might get an email from us as well.
Fuck yeah. And lastly, folks, join the Discord. Get in the fuck pile. Get in the fuck pile. Catch you a fucking Pokemon while piping down your friends.
Yep.
If you have
porn and Pokemon.
Yeah. Actually, if you type in, here's for the people in the Discord. If you type in BB Poke, it'll show you Pokemon anime porn. So
what the fuck?
My God.
Enjoy.
No.
Enjoy.
It's an abomination.
You ever want to see a Pikachu eat ass? I saw one yesterday of a Machop piping some bitch down. He had his whole head between her tits, and he was just throwing dick. He had big pink balls.
Hell yeah.
The rest of him was gray. It was fun. He was using seismic toss on that bitch. Oh my God. So yeah.
Nice.
Get in the Discord, you nasty fucks. Join the fuck pile. If you don't want to join the fuck pile, there's other channels. We got a meme room. We've got a voice chat called Live Bullshitting, where sometimes you might find me or other people just literally talking in the Discord to each other, having a good time. Get in there, below me.
Yep. And also, guys, you can find our podcast, The Redneck Review, on all the major all major podcasting platforms. Just search The Redneck Review. And give it a listen. We've got over 50 episodes in there for you guys to listen to. It's me and Quint. Quint's been on the show before, and we've had the thickness here on our show before. So Go give us a listen. The Redneck Review.
It's a lot of fun. You two have you guys have great chemistry. Make each other laugh and make me laugh for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Well, thank you again for coming on, and looking forward to launching the City Bumkins thing.
Hell yeah, brother. Thank you guys very much.
All right. Bye, folks. Bitch.